Hello, everybody. I am once again back with the Brother Roo.
Boom.
Now, listen, this is a little bit different than what you're used to. You might actually be used to it because our first video, this is what we did. So it's been a while since we've done this, and it is what? Roo and Max, real talk. Some of our fans pictured there, obviously. Yeah. Thank you so much. But in reality, that might be a reality. We want to get into some real talk. Roo has done some of this to a sense with her brother, Underdog, with the Underdog Research Channel.
Shout out to Underdog Research Channel.
And that is offline talk. Well, Call it offline. It is what it is. I mean, we're recording this.
Yeah.
But let's talk about 3 key subjects. It's going to flow really well. And if anything, I think you'll find value with that. Before we continue, you know the drill. It does help both channels. Support the channels. We really do appreciate it. It is the Decent Wallet. And we don't just say that because we obviously promote Decent Wallet, but you do need self-custody of your crypto, and you can get a significant discount on your crypto. For one, 2 things I want to point out. So not one, 2 things. XDC. With a ledger, you have to make a custom folder. With the Decent Wallet, you don't have to do that. It already has that support for it and so on. On top of that, zebec. You have full support with zebec. So we do like the Decent Wallet. We both use it. And again, it gives yourself a significant discount because if you go straight to the website, you're not getting those discounts. So for one, it helps us. It's going to help you.
100%. And also you can custody XCN. That's another one we talk about. And Swift on the Decent Wallet. So definitely check that out, guys.
Gonna play it. We'll come right back.
If managing your crypto feels like solving a puzzle, it's time to switch to Decent Wallet. So just a few taps, you can manage, track, and secure your crypto with unmatched ease. And here's the best part. Grab your Decent Wallet at a discounted price by using the referral link below. Don't miss out on making your crypto experience smoother and more secure.
All right, welcome back. So Roo is going to jump into this topic. What is that topic?
An investor versus a gambler. So I had a comment where someone was like, well, why would I invest in zebec? The market cap's so low. You're making all these connections, but what are all these connections going to do when there's zero volume? So first of all, I've already shown people, we were talking about this before too, XCN had 0 volume until it didn't. LCX had 0 volume until it didn't. And before Trump got elected, before he won the election, like coins like Hedera was at 4 cents. Coins like LCX was at 8 cents. And everybody was talking about how there was going to be a meme coin super cycle and all of this. And the minute he won the election, hbar went up from like 4 cents to 40 cents.
Ripple XRP, Stellar XLM. I mean, there's so many different examples, but your XCN example is great. And this is coming from a guy who doesn't hold XCN. I missed the boat on XCN, but guess what? A lot of you guys missed the boat on Clearpool. I mentioned that again. Anyway, it is what it is, right? But there's a lot of examples. Again, Clearpool is very low market cap, but it's these ones in which everybody will talk about them when they take off. You know, this is why I'm not so gung-ho about BTC. I mean, I understand some people point out it's a safe play. Hey, and rightfully so. But it's all about the X's. And no, there's not going to be some song at the end about X going to give it to you this time. But, you know, that's where I look at it. That's exactly the way I look at it. Shout out to our brother community, Michael Cornwell. He's mentioned this numerous times. It's all about literally the X's. Finding a low market cap gem and seeing that thing blast off due to what? Supply and demand forces. This is why we research some of these things. XCN is a great example of that because I remember when it was like 500-600 on the ranking in market cap for CMC. Then it jumped as high as what? I want to say was it about 5 cents, give or take, maybe.
Yeah,
6 cents?
it was clear, really close to 5 cents. I think it was around like 4.76 cents, and it was sitting at triple zeros in 2023.
So
Right.
that means basically somebody like Rob Mass, which you made it pretty, if you're watching Rob, shout out to you, how much XCN you have, right? So it's like, man, I mean, even a person that had like, say, 10 million XCN, I mean, you look at it from perspective of it hitting 5 cents. I mean, come on.
It's like $500,000.
Yeah, exactly.
Right there.
Well, some of you guys decide maybe you took profits. Maybe you decided, no, it's going to be, some of you guys predicted it's going to be, 25 cents, a dollar. Some of you guys got some crazy price predictions. That's okay. I have crazy price predictions when it comes to XRP and quant and so on. And I respect that. It's what you know about what you have. Now, my key thing is, again, the explosion in that market cap. I mean, I think even right now, XCN is like roughly 78 on the overall rankings for the top 100.
Yeah.
To me, that speaks volumes because, again, it's like it is finding those gems. And now you see a lot of quote unquote top influencers. They do cover things like XCN. So the way I look at it is shout out again to Rob. A lot of you other guys cover zebec. And at first I was like, Rob and Rue were right on XCN. For me, I was like, yeah, these guys are good with their research, and it's not just because I'm networked with these guys and I'm friends with these guys, but if the research is there, the connections are there, it doesn't matter if it's crypto or stocks. There's connections. This is utility we're talking about. So the way I look at it is, again, back to your whole thing of, low market cap, there's not enough volume. What was your analogy? There's not enough volume until there is?
Yeah, there's not enough volume until there is, right? And, that's how I feel about it. And I know a lot of, if you want to play it that way, you can. But to me, you're near gambling. You're not an investor to me if you're playing it that way. Sure, you can look at meme coins and you can say, okay, I'm only going to invest in this when it has volume. I'm going to go onto Dex Screener and all this other stuff, and I'm going to chase down meme coins when they first come out and do it that way. This is not the channel for that. God, if that's what you want to do and you're having success with it, go right ahead. But for me, what I'm looking for is something that has utility, something that the tokenomics are good. Again, I think the dude answered his own question. I'm making all the connections because I want this to be an investment. I want this to be something that I'm going to hold on to for a long time. Of course, I might sell it at the peak of a bull run or whatever. But again, I'm going to always hold on to some zebec. I'm always going to hold on to some XCN, right? And to me, these are long-term investments. So if you guys are looking for things where you're going to chase volume and all of that, then, you want to probably go to a meme coin channel. This is not what I'm about here. That's just me.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong, okay, this is real talk. Real talk is this. I think a lot of people aren't talking about this. So, we can't go back in a time machine. Shout out to Redacted with their time machine discoveries, right? But, in reality, I can't go in a time machine any more than you can and whatnot. We can't. We just can't. But we can reference some things. So my thing is, it's like recognizing all of this. You talk about utility. Where I'm going with this is retail. There is no regulations put into place yet about any of this stuff until there is.
Yeah.
So you talk about volume. Utility will lead to that volume, number one. But it hasn't yet because the regulations aren't there. But we are getting some clarity. Gilbert Vernon Quant pointed out clarity in the UK, clarity in the European Union. European Union with Christine Lagarde, they're like, we're ready to go. We just need the legislators to sign off on it. Well, that's the next step. That's the call to action. But for the last many years, even last cycle and so on, so 2021 up into present, for the most part, what liquidity stands out, Rue? Retail liquidity. That is why the meme coins did do their thing.
Yeah.
Call them pump and dumps. Call them whatever you want. I look at that is not utility now with those memes. I mean, I guess shout out to Pepe, whether we like it or not. At least they're somewhat transparent. If you go to their website, it literally says on the website, we have zero utility. All right, so what do you have? You have people parking their liquidity, their cash money, their paychecks, whatever the case be, allocating it to a meme coin. Well, even if there is no utility there, which clearly there isn't, it's still money being spent for the asset, in this case, a meme. So you have a bunch of retail liquidity flowing into that. Where the gripe is the tokenomics of some of these utility-based coins and tokens where it's like, yeah, you have utility, but it's actually being put into motion yet. The answer is no. It's got a very little amount of the utility in motion. Let's be honest. Is zebec at full mass adoption? No. Is Quant at full mass adoption? No. XRP. But what do we constantly see in the comments? No knock on some of you guys, because there's going to be some of them, and that's okay. We have to agree to disagree, but it's just reality. And that is basically this. That utility put into motion, it's not much at all. We're not at mass adoption on hardly any of this. In reality, Rue, if you think about what's the only thing that really has any mass adoption when it comes to, I guess you could say, liquidity, it is memes. Because for one, they have no utility, but they have people FOMOing so much cash and liquidity into pools and so on. So does that mean you go out and buy a bunch of meme coins? That's up to you. But my key thing is this. It's clear to me, as plain as day, that regulations are this year.
Yep.
And if that's the case, imagine being a person who didn't do any research and just looked at charts. And they're like, yeah, XRP, this is the highest it's going to be. Zebec, I don't think it's going to get back to 5 cents. XCN, yeah, that hype train has dissolved. Jasmy scam.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Minute and a half, was it? They'd be lucky to get to 4 cents or 5 cents, or they once hit 6 cents. Not going to happen again. I heard they're going to go to a V2. It's not a V2. It's literally what? It's referred to as junction. That's a layer 2. Yeah, that's a separate token. You do need a layer 2 for Jasmy. Guess what? Even with Bitcoin, I should call Bitcoin BTC. I used to hold stacks. I made some good money with it. STX. What does XTX solve? That is a scaling solution for BTC, a legitimate scaling solution. And guess what? That did really well. So my point is, everything to a sense has value, and that is a little bit of utility to solve a problem. For me, it has to be regulations will absolutely cause this to be the driving forces. And the whole theory of, well, only matters is market cap. I'm done with that argument. I have gone over this 1,000 times.
Yep.
And I'm to where I'm blue in the face. I'm not going to convince the minority of people that don't see it. It is what it is. I'm not going to lose sleep over it. Like if you invest in zebec, great. If you don't, fine. It don't hurt me any. We cover these things because we believe in these things. But in reality, it's just research and it's what we provide. I say that respectfully, but I think personally, and I keep saying this, there's a difference between retail liquidity and the utility that hasn't been activated yet. The activating forces, again, has to be regulations.
Yeah. So there's this word there's this word called egregore, which basically means like more or less like something we give power to it just by like enough people kind of believing in it, right? So like I feel like meme coins are that. Like just enough people have heard meme and they've seen the news articles where people have taken this and turned it into this amount of money that like the whole thing of meme has power now. And it's like it doesn't even do anything. Of course the exchanges hold it and the rich kid up empower it just because that's the one they choose, right? But in actuality, it has no value. It's literally a picture or something that someone's using for fun or something like that. Like, and I'll put that in the corner and leave it there. and then look at something like XRP, zebec, XCN, right? Now that, and you guys who watch my channel, you will know I showed you guys Intel, the stock Intel. That was very purposeful in the fact that I showed you Intel. One of the reasons why is Intel's founded by the Rockefellers, Lawrence Rockefeller to be specific. And I've gone over Tim Draper and Tim Draper's family with you guys. And I told you his father's venture capital firm, which was the first in America, was founded by or funded by a Rockefeller. So there are connections there with that family and the Draper family. But Intel was sub penny in like the 70s, and flash forward to 2020 or 2001, it was up to $70, right? Which is basically 27 years. Do I think it's going to take the crypto market 27 years to get where it needs to go? No. But if you look at XRP, right, it's already been, what? It was around 2013. So it's already been 12 years for the XRP community, right? I don't think it's going to take that long for the crypto community. But my point is, Intel, for years, was going to be what Intel was, funded by a Rockefeller, right? It sat at, for the longest time, years, guys, like look at Intel stock and trace it back on TradingView. It sat for years under a penny, or under a dollar, excuse me. And then got over $1, went back down under $1, and then eventually took off in the dot-com era until 2001, $70, right? And this is what I'm looking at when I look at something like ZBCN, XRP, Stellar, Quant. It's like I know the utility is there. I know the people behind it, Drapers, Andreessen Horowitz, others, right? I know the families involved, the Mellon family, you know, again, the Draper family, the Rockefeller family, the Rothschild family. Why would they not incentivize it? So you're waiting. So now let's put that in the corner, and instead you want the pretty picture, the community. Like, you know what I mean? Like, this community is just as big as that community, but this has utility. So you're banking on just a meme. Like when we really, truly what meme is just a picture. Like, now I'd rather bank on that. I'd rather bank on this where it's proven, it has utility, it has all these different families with legacy money behind it. I'd rather bank on that than the meme. And like I said, yeah, if you want to be the person that chases meme coins the first time they come out, I think that's the more tried and true strategy. I don't cover it on my channel. I don't even try to attempt to do it because I don't have the time for it.
I got bronchitis. Ain't nobody got time for that.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Ain't nobody got time for that. Like I don't. I really don't have time for that. I have a day job. You know, I cannot sit around looking at the latest meme coin on Dex screener.
You got utility bronchitis.
Right. So yeah, I can't deal with that. So now if we kind of transition to crypto regulations, right? Because this is what I think is going to make the meme coins move. We already know with the Trump administration, they've hired in crypto-friendly people like Scott Bessent. I'm going to mess up.
Paul Atkins,
former Securitized guy. Check out our video where we were talking about zebec and Securitized.
Oh, no, that is just, BlackRock Securitized, Stellar USDC with Securitized. It's just, they're very well connected.
Right, so we got those guys. We got David Sachs and, all of his guys, all of his crew of people. So we have people that are crypto friendly. The Congress and the Senate is crypto friendly. This is not a politics show, but of course, everyone who was crypto friendly kind of won the Senate, won the House, won the presidency. So it bodes well for crypto laws to be passed this time, where in the past with Gensler and others, it did not.
Right.
Certain promises that Trump said, I think he's going to emphasize and still have, because all these cryptocurrencies are emphasizing that they're an American cryptocurrency, from zebec to XPR to Ripple, Stellar. They're emphasizing that they're an American cryptocurrency. So
Chainlink.
So,
which, by the way, I have something that I'm going to share with you guys. So, you know what? I'm just going to do it here because Rue deserves it. So
no, it's all good.
We're going to play this and then see it for yourself. Okay, this is at the White House. There's only 2 people sit at the end of this table. Brad Garlinghouse from Ripple XRP. And you have, Sergey Nazarov right next to him at the end of that White House lunch briefing or whatever. Those are the only 2 guys. I think that speaks volumes. You could have invited anybody else. We're going to play that. Look for yourself. You'll recognize them, and we'll come right back.
The U.S. won the internet, and the U.S. should win crypto. So thank you for your leadership on this.
Thank you both very much. High IQ individuals around this table. That's what I always say. We need high IQ. So thank you very much. Would anybody like to say anything?
I just want to express my deep gratitude for the seriousness with which you're approaching our industry and how you're actually helping guide it in the right direction. I've worked with many central banks in other countries, and when I was working there, I was wondering why I, as an American citizen, can't help the United States financial system reach this higher level that the world is on course towards generally. Right. And so I'm very grateful that finally there's been a new level of kind of common sense and adoption of these ideas. Me and the other people in this room do believe that the crypto, blockchain, Web3 infrastructure is the next iteration of the financial system. And I think that the U.S. should have its leadership position continue in that new financial system. And I'm very, very happy to see people like David Sachs, Secretary Bessent, Secretary Lutnick taking this very seriously with their time, and very grateful to them too. So I'm just overjoyed to see this, and I think it is a big part of how the U.S. can continue its role in the global financial system. So thank you.
Thank you very much. I thought it was very important that we stay in the front of this one. This is a big one. And as you know, China is pushing forward and very strongly as usual. But we're way in the lead, as we are in AI and other things, and we want to stay there.
So look at that. Look at that. I know once upon a time people were thinking, well, crypto regulation is going to end crypto. But it was just exactly the opposite, right? Regulation is really going to help crypto. And as you guys saw, I did on one show where I showed you guys in Jersey and Liechtenstein, and when I say Jersey, I mean the island, like really close to France. Not
yeah, you're not talking about like
not Jersey, not Jersey.
How dare you talk about that cryptocurrency? Go back to Jersey, you bum.
Not that Jersey, but the one that's close to France, the French.
Black crew and his whack crew got connections. Get the you know what stuck like glue. Go back to Jersey, you bum.
So that Jersey, Jersey, Liechtenstein, and there's another place in Germany where these guys already have ETFs and ETPs where they're putting these cryptocurrencies away. Ripple XRP, Stellar, Chainlink, Bitcoin, Ethereum, a lot of the top 50, a lot of the top 100, they're already doing it. By the way, and staking and earning yield too in some of these funds. So it's already happening. It just needs to happen here and then boom. Okay? We talk about BlackRock a lot. A lot of these companies BlackRock owns or Vanguard owns. Vanguard owns BlackRock. BlackRock owns a lot of these companies. The Epic Games, the Securitize, the ADPs, the Paychecks, all of those.
And with that said, since he's talking about the epic games and all that, that will be on tomorrow's episode to talk about specifically Hedera and how they're going to disrupt the living you-know-what out of the gaming industry. And I'll show you some examples and some real talk with the one and only Brother Rue.
Man,
We'll see you guys soon on the next one, but here's your key word, and that is crypto and gaming. And we'll know that you listened to the entire outline because we want to leave you guys on a crypto cliffhanger. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. We'll see you on the next one.
Guess who's back?
Then a shot when I get shot at the hospital by the doctor when I'm not cooperating. When I'm rocking the table while he's operating. Waited this long, I stopped debating. Cause I'm back, I'm on the rag and ovulating. I know that you got a job, Miss Cheney, but your husband's heart problem's complicated. So the FCC won't let me be, or let me be me. So let me see, they try to shut me down on MTV, but it feels so empty without me. So come on and dip balm on your lips, fuck that. Come on your lips and some on your tits and get ready. Cause this shit's about to get heavy. I just settled all my lawsuits. Fuck you, Debbie. Now this looks like a job for me, so everybody just follow me. Cause we need a little controversy, cause it feels so empty without me. You know, hellions, kids feeling rebellious, embarrassed that parents still listen to Elvis. They start feeling like prisoners, helpless, till someone comes along on a mission and yells, bitch. A visionary vision is scary, can start a revolution, polluting the airwaves, a rebel. So just let me revel and bask in the fact that I got everyone in my ass. And it's a disaster, such a catastrophe, for you to see so damn much of my ass. You asked for me, well I'm back. Fix your bent antenna, tune it in, and then I'm gone. Enter in and up under your skin like a splinter, the center of attention back for the winter. I'm interesting, the best thing since wrestling. Investing in your kids is investing, testing. Attention please, feel the tension soon as someone mentions me. Here's my 10 cents, my 2 cents is free. And who sent, you sent for me. Now this looks like a job for me, so everybody just follow me. Cause we need a little controversy, cause it feels so empty without me. Just get a tasket, I'll go tip for tat with anybody who's talking this shit and that shit. Chris Kirkpatrick, you get your ass kicked worse than them little Limp Bizkit bastards. And Moby, you can get stopped by Obi, a 36-year-old bald-headed that blow me. You don't know me, you're too old, let go. It's over, nobody listens to techno. Now let's go, just give me the signal. I'll be there with a whole list full of new insults. I've been dope, suspenseful with a pencil ever since Prince turned himself into a symbol. But sometimes the shit just seems everybody only wants to discuss me. So this must mean I'm disgusting, but it's just me, I'm just top scene. Though I'm not the first king of controversy, I am the worst thing since Elvis Presley. To do black music so selfishly and use it to get ourselves wealthy. There's a concept that works, 20 million other white rappers emerge. But no matter how many fish in the sea, it'd be so empty without me. Now this looks like a job